G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another top 10s vid. This time we are going to go over my top 10 defenders that I've bought, found, regens, real players. Admittedly the goalkeeper list had a few more regens than I would have liked, but that's my list at the end of the day, so it's my choice. The defenders wise, I think on the list out of this top 10 I've only got three. I've got 3 regens on here, so 7 real players, but obviously, like I said before in the previous video as well, when you find the regens, it's all the same stuff. The computer game is generating all these same characters, just with different names and nationalities, so it's just down to you and your scouts to go and try and find them, if you can. So, without further ado, I'm going to roll into my number 10 pick, which is Jarrad Branthwaite. Now, Jarrad Branthwaite, obviously, real life player, is at Everton at the moment. Highly courted centre back as well at the moment. Everton, I think, are going to struggle to keep hold of him. The big teams in the league, the likes of United, saying they're a big team, Liverpool, looking at them as well, so potentially could go abroad. But on my West Ham save, my 5-year rebuild, I did bring him in, and he's been absolutely solid for me, which is why I've got him in my top 10. English defender, brought him in from Everton for 33.5 million, which actually is a fairly decent price because I know his valuation can go up a lot higher. He's been with the club, or in this West Ham save, he was with me from season 2. Didn't get a lot of game time in the first couple of seasons, and then that picked up in the last couple of seasons, season 4 and season 5. And yeah, absolutely solid centre-back, massive jump in reach, great composure and bravery, reads the game really well, still only 25 by this point, so he's young, and he's valued up to 60 million. Wanted by the end of this, unsurprisingly, by Saudi Arabia and Aston Villa. Heading of 16, tackling leaves a little bit to be desired for a centre-back, but that is his only weakness. Now going into number 9 is my first regen of the list, and that is Ricky Dhaliwal. Now I know that regens definitely regenerate under different names and under different nationalities, but they do regenerate almost identically. I've seen this name pop up so many times in regeneration lists, and I've also seen him on the other YouTubers vids. Ricky Dhaliwal is one of those that's programmed in. I don't know why. There's another guy on there called James Price, who's a striker, who seems to pop up every season. I don't know why. But this guy, back to him, absolutely amazing regen left back, and English as well. Potential ability of 5-star. 20 determination, 17 positioning, 17 in concentration and anticipation, 16 crossing and 13 tackling, with acceleration and pace both at 15, and he's only getting better. One of the best regen left backs ever found, and if you played this game for a long time like I have, you will know that full backs or wing backs are like a dime a dozen. They are really hard to find, and this one is an absolute peach, which leads quite nicely into number 8. Miguel Gutierrez is going to be my number 8 pick, and it's pretty obvious why. Extremely solid left back, extremely consistent, and likes big matches as well. In fact, his consistency is off the chart. He starts off, I believe, at Girona on the game, where he moved on from Real Madrid, plays consistently at Girona, and I signed him in my Barcelona save with a couple of seasons to go, and he's been a stalwart. Hardly missed a game, and he's just one of the best left backs on the game. I have bought him on previous ones as well. I can't remember which saves they were, but I have bought him near enough 50% of the time when I've done save games on FM, and he's never ever let me down. With the decisions, determination, and off the ball of 16, with 16 crossing, really good technique and good pace and acceleration and agility, he's just almost the perfect left back. So Miguel Gutierrez, solid pickup, and also for that price you can get him anywhere between 25 and 40 million as a sort of ballpark figure. Well worth the investment if you have the money. So yeah, Miguel Gutierrez, should I say, is my number 8 pick, and that leads us into number 7. That will be... So for my number 7 pick, and also just as a little caveat, my number 6 pick as well is 2 more fullbacks from my youth academy save in my Liverpool game. And for number 7 is going to be Michael Kayode. Michael Kayode is, for want of a better term, probably one of the most overused and bought fullbacks or wingbacks on FM this year, and it's understandable as to why, because when you look at these and you give him the game time, he turns into an absolute monster of a right wing back, totally eclipsing the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Achraf Hakimi on the game. He just develops and develops, and look at the physicals and mentals, it's ridiculous. I think on this save, what did I pick him up for? 49 million from Fiorentina quite early on. And I did loan him out just to give him a little bit of game time, but then he just became my permanent right back in the Liverpool side. Again, when you look at it as well, it's his consistency. He's just on point every single time. Really good trainer and extreme pace. So he can get up and down that wing all day long, as much as you want, because he's got the stamina to back it up as well. Leading us into number 6 is another regen character from my Liverpool save, Stefan Hartwig. But I think you can see why I've included him. 24-year-old German left back. I picked him up for 45 million 6 seasons back from Bayern Munich, and he's just been my permanent left back ever since. So he's 24. I picked him up, I think, when he was 18, 19, something like that. And you just can't move him out the side. I think his injury record it's spotty, to say the least, but they're all niggly sort of injuries, so he's incredibly consistent, naturally very fit, incredibly well balanced and paced. Determination, decisions, concentration, anticipation and aggression all in the high teens, along with his crossing, dribbling and tackling and technique. There's not much more I can say about it, and the fact that he gets average ratings like this down here, you can't fault it, and he's by far one of the best left back regens I've found on this game, along with Ricky Dhaliwal. It was very, very close between these two, but Stefan Hartwig just gets my pick at number 6. Going into number 5, however, my number 5 is Castello Lukeba. Now, admittedly, this is, I think, on my Brighton save, is the first time that I've actually had Lukeba in my squad. So I've never really used him, which is why he's at number 5, but he's still one of the best and youngest centre-backs on the game. I bought him over from Lyon, which is quite weird. I don't know why he wasn't, because this is an updated transfer database. I don't know why he's at Lyon, because I'm sure he's at Leipzig in real life. But either way, when I put him into this Brighton Wonder Kid save, didn't actually pay anything for him. Go and watch the videos, you'll see why. But even still, one of the highest potential rated ability centre-backs on the game, one of the youngest, and you can see why he's, even at 24, an absolute beast. Extremely consistent, likes the big matches again. What more can you ask for? And he's a lefty. He's a left-footed centre-back. So that makes him even more of an asset in the game, because left-footed centre-backs are sometimes quite hard to find. Going into number 4 is one of my old favourite stalwarts, Ousmane Diomande. Now, in real life, again, being touted with the move to the Premier League, which is unsurprising because it looks like he has a massive potential to go pretty much all the way and be one of the best centre-backs in the world. On the game, he's one of the players I've bought most consistently through the various saves that I've done. And again, on the Brighton save, he was one of the wonder kids I put in to my Brighton side, and he just... What more can... I can wax lyrical about Ousmane Diomande on the game all day long with his physical nature, and his physicals just get better and better. If you want to see how good they get, go and check out my Newcastle save, because he's on that as well, and his physicals are just ridiculous. But he has the mentals and the technicals to back it up. Extremely consistent, loves the big game again, very resolute, elite centre-back. You can't go wrong with him. I think you can actually get him. I know it says 6, it doesn't actually say what we paid for him, because we didn't actually, because I just moved him across. But I think you can actually get him anywhere between 30 to 50 million on the game, if I remember rightly. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but a very, very safe bet, and somebody who can last you your entire save if you manage to keep hold of him, unless Saudi Arabia comes sniffing around. Leading into number 3 is another left back. Now, I know I did say before that left backs are hard to find. Later on in the game, they are very hard to find. I know I've had 3 left backs on this list, but hey, what are you going to do? Destiny Udogie is my number 3, and I think everybody who's played the game will understand why. Again, an absolute physical monster, has the mentals to back it up with his composure and concentration and off the ball. Defensively wise as well, very good with the tackling, his passing, crossing and dribbling's excellent for a wing back, but it's his physical nature that just makes him stand apart with the fact that he can run so bloody quick, but also has the stamina and strength to back it up. You ain't going to catch him, you're not going to barge him off the ball easy, and he'll outrun you. So he is pretty much the perfect left back. So Destiny Udogie will be my number 3 pick, leading us into our last 2. And coming in at number 2 is... my number 2 is from my Wheel of Fate save at Newcastle, and that is a regen centre-back of Spanish Felix Haber, who I did buy from Real Madrid for 65 million, but by Christ, he's worth it. I mean, again, absolute physical monster. His mentals are off the chart. Leadership is one thing that definitely attracted my eye to him, but backing it up with determination, decisions, concentration, bravery, anticipation, what more could you ask for? He's still got to work a little bit on his consistency, and he didn't really enjoy the big matches, so I've got to try and work that out for him. But he is my number 2 pick, and I think you can understand why. And for my final pick, coming in at number 1, is Leny Yoro. Now, Leny Yoro is an absolutely awesome centre-back on this game, but there is a reason why I picked him as my number 1 instead of Diomande or Lukeba or Haber at my list. And the reason being is, because my Blackburn save, my Rovers return save, wasn't done on a up-to-date transfer database as such, Yoro didn't get moved to Man United. So I managed to pick him up from Lille for 66 million after he'd been there the entire game. I mean, this is at the end of my 10-season rebuild with Blackburn, and he only went on loan to Norwich, and that was it. He stayed at Lille. Nobody came in for him, which I was, 1, really surprised at, and 2, it gave him the perfect ground to just keep on developing, and he turned into an absolute monster of a centre-back, picking up 21 caps at the age of 27, 21 caps for France so far, 18 in heading, positioning, leadership, determination, concentration, anticipation, and his physical nature. Combine that with perfect green consistency and big game mentality. He's an elite centre-back, absolute elite centre-back on the game. And he turned our fortunes around for the Blackburn save and helped us achieve what we needed to do. And that's left a nice little memory for me when we completed this challenge, that Yoro was the main guy. He is the club captain as well. He was the main guy that helped bring us the success that I needed for that Blackburn Rovers save. So there we go. Leny Yoro is my number 1 pick. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like on it. Leave your comments down below of whether you agree with these or not, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe either. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.